Hello, super community, Flitzman here. Ain't this cool? Seeing as how In Space with Markiplier is fastly approaching, I figured I'd make a video trying to break down the With Markiplier timeline and try to decide where space will land. This is gonna take a while, so let's go. First off, let's go over what we know. We know that Wilfred Mother-Loving Wharfstash and the Wharfstash Clicker happen coincidingly with Damien until leading into Markiplier TV and taking place after Who Killed Markiplier. Kind of. I'll get into that later. But the confusion comes from how everything works in the timeline, how it all interacts without really making any sense. Our first little hiccup is the meta ending of A Date with Markiplier. On one hand, the actor Mark persona works perfectly for this ending. He's conceited, he is angry, and he has a criminal past, which makes sense for him. But on the other hand, there's no feasible way that this can take place after A Heist with Markiplier, which we know that date does. So, how does it take place after the true ending of A Heist with Markiplier? Simple, it doesn't. It takes place after the Shut Up ending. Or the Be Quiet ending, but probably shut up because you're not in a straitjacket in that one, so you're probably getting out of jail faster. Because Mark mentions 5 years of parole. And I just want to mention, it's been 5 years since that video came out, so his parole's probably up. That's an option for where space is on the timeline, but that's not where I really think it should go. Let me explain. I think it takes place in an alternate timeline of A Date with Markiplier that we never got access to because of interference from Wilfred Wharfstash and Darkiplier. Let me explain. After Markiplier TV, Mark is able to escape and wants to gain his free will again by sealing back the box, an invention he made that was taken by Darkiplier and Wilfred and placed in a museum. So, he teams up with the player character, who he also happens to be in love with, but doesn't really have any free will because that's a part of their curse. So, that's why he's so obsessed with splitting up, and why he always leaves the option to you, even when there's clearly one that he hopes that you lean towards. Since he made the box, he knows that there is multiple ways that the timeline can go, including one where you go to space. But that's made impossible by the fact that Darkiplier and Wilfred Wharfstash are implanting little bugs in his system, like a zombie apocalypse, or Indiana Jones parodies, or Pirates of the Caribbean parodies. A lot of parodies. I blame Wilfred. Plus, this explanation answers the biggest head scratch of the whole timeline. What is in the box? Why did Damien's clues lead to the website where there's just a bunch of behind-the-scenes sets? I'll tell you why. It's because everything on the website is something that Mark made. It's the process of Mark making Heist. He's telling the player character that everything that they're going through, the box, the heist, the whole game, is an invention of Mark that they're being forced to play through. That's why he goes on a monologue about thinking you would have been smarter, you would have seen it. Because he knows that you, the player character, same character from Who Killed Markiplier, who was somehow harnessed by Markiplier in order to go through the heist but also has no memories. So basically, he takes you from that. He puts you in this whole heist, Darkiplier reveals it, and you are armed with that knowledge. Until Rosanna Pansino destroys the box and eliminates its existence from humanity entirely. So, now you are free to go on the space timeline. And where is that? Alternate timeline that's going through the hazards of, unfortunately, the universe being destroyed after Rosanna Pansino blasts the box. Oopsie doopsies. My cat is scratching on the carpet of the walls in here. Also, a small side note. At the end of A Date with Markiplier, I'm pretty sure when Wilfred Warfstache puts you in the body of Chica, he's actually sending you back in time to relive who killed Markiplier, which is why I said it was kind of complicated to say that A Date with Markiplier and a Heist with Markiplier and all that happens after Who Killed Markiplier, because it technically happens in a time loop, and the time loop, I believe, will end with this one, since we don't see Dark and we don't see Will, which means that this is the only possible time when the player has total free reign of their own body, because they keep on wanting to kill Mark. Maybe the roles are swapped this time, and the player has no free will when Mark is around. So any chance they get, they try to kill him, because we see a lot of that in the space trailer. But anyways, that's just a theory. Nope. And I'm a 16-year-old who aspires to be a YouTuber for a living, so don't really take my theories in high regard. But if you agree, leave a like. If you didn't agree, still leave a like. Comment down below your own theories. And until next time, blast that like button down below and subscribe so you don't miss another video. When you click subscribe, click the bell to the side. That way you can be notified. And until next time, it's time for me to fly off into the sky. See ya! This room is awesome!